how some people are just naturally skinny no matter what they eat, while you can't seem to lose weight no matter what you try? You believe the answer to fat loss is grueling diet and exercise plans that these athletes do, so you try these plans but you seem to get no results, unlike those people. In fact, you go on a diet and you gain weight. Is something wrong with your body? What's going on? The answer, my friend, lies in a system in our body called the lipostat. Think of your body like a house with a thermostat. This thermostat, called your lipostat, tries to keep your body fat at a certain level. If you lose weight below it, your lipostat acts as a heater, making you hungrier to get back to its preferred fat level. If you gain weight above it, it acts like an air conditioner, helping you shed the pounds off effortlessly. Your lipostat is why losing weight can be so hard. Your body is literally fighting you to stay at a weight it thinks is normal, even if that weight is unhealthy. But what if there was a way to lower our lipostat so that losing weight became effortless? Even if you are like 35% body fat right now, if we could set your lipostat to 15% body fat, you will lose weight effortlessly. You realistically could lose weight without counting calories or going on an insane exercise plan. Imagine if we could make weight loss effortless and your body naturally took care of the fat loss process. But wait, before we get into the good part of the video, I've just released my completely free course called 10 Ways to Lose 10 Pounds. That's right, the course is $0. You'll literally be shooting yourself in the foot without the information in the course. Go get your free course, 10 Ways to Lose 10 Pounds right now. The link is in the description, go click that. Now let's get back to the video. Getting my lipostat down was exactly what I did 30 pounds ago. So growing up, I was always fat. I actually lost more than like 100 pounds. Here's where things get interesting. I actually ended up putting the weight back on twice. I'd legit just lose all the fat, then I'd balloon back up in 2 months, and this got me so depressed, man. I legit thought I was destined to be fat forever. I could diet and lose the weight, but then I'd just go back up. So I was thinking, what's the point? What I didn't realize at the time was that my lipostat was set to a high body fat percentage. The body will work to get you to your set body fat percentage. Cool, I could go on a diet and lose the fat, that's awesome, but I did that process against my body. I worked against my body to lose the fat. So what did I do different this time? And how come I lost 30 pounds and this time actually did it with my body helping me rather than working against me? Like, my body literally naturally wants to lose fat right now, which is pretty amazing. To be honest, like, I'm kind of taking a break from dieting and whatnot right now because like I lost 30 pounds and my motivation is kind of low. I got some seasonal depression. It's snowing here and whatnot. You know, it's cold this winter. You probably understand. But my body still loses fat without me trying. I've lost 30 pounds without feeling hungry once, and I literally mean it. I've not felt hunger pains at all while doing this fat loss thing. So how did I manage to set my lipostat low to make fat loss effortless as a former junk food addict fat guy? Okay, so if you watched my previous video called Why Your Friend Eats Everything But Stays Skinny, you've probably done the lipostat quiz that I linked below. I'll also link the lipostat quiz in the comments below as well. And as you can see, my score is actually pretty high. This means that my body fat set point is pretty low. So here are the factors that will influence your lipostat. We got sleep, food choices, exercise, lifestyle, walking, impulsivity, emotional eating, eating for satiety, and craving control. The more of these you can get right, the lower your lipostat will be. Meaning, the more you start doing these things, the leaner you will be without trying. So let's get into these and explain it. So sleep, man, is super important. There are tons of data to support the fact that the more and better you sleep, the easier it will be for you to lose fat. So I'll show you a study. So this study compares people on a 14-day diet process. Group A slept for 8.5 hours and Group B slept for 5.5 hours a night. And the results are that Group A lost 1.4 kilograms of fat, while the group that slept less lost only 0.6 kilograms of body fat. Why is that, man? It's because when we are sleep deprived, we are less active. We tend to crave more sugary, higher calorie foods. Our hunger hormones go up and our satiety hormone goes down. In fact, another study found that sleep-deprived people on average consume 285 more calories per day. That literally adds up to 2.5 pounds of fat gained per month alone. So the first step to get your lipostat down is to start getting good sleep. If you need tips on how to sleep better, it's in a 10 ways to lose 10 pounds course. Again, the course is free, man. Go get it. It's, if you need, this information is all in there. The other factor is going to be our food choices, because here's what's interesting about our food choices. The fact is that junk food, even though it is higher in calories, it tends to make us hungrier, causing us to eat more. And there's a thing called the satiety index. The more we eat higher satiety foods, the less hungrier we will be per calorie. And junk food like pizzas literally tends to be the least satiating food per calorie, meaning that if we just pick higher satiety foods, we can be full on less calories. A whole pizza is more than 2,000 calories, yet you can eat fries and chicken and ice cream after no problem, right? Now, imagine you ate 2,000 calories of strawberries. That would be pretty much impossible. Like 2,000 calories of strawberries is literally 6.25 kilograms or 14 pounds. That's like, I'll put up a picture what the fuck that looks like. Yeah, like you cannot eat 2,000 fucking calories unless you're like a mukbanger or like a competitive eater, right? So imagine you started eating higher satiety foods. Your lipostat would go down like insanely low, right? Imagine if your diet could only consist of strawberries and like cottage cheese, which sounds miserable, but you get my point. The more of these high satiety foods you eat, naturally the leaner you will be. Alright, exercise. What if there was a form of exercise that allowed you to burn twice as fat in the same amount of time? Well, my friend, it exists. It is called resistance training. When we exercise our muscles, we basically signal to our body to hold on to the muscle and even grow some. And this is beautiful because muscle burns more fat than like fat, right? Our muscle actually takes a lot of upkeep. Beautiful about this is that, let's say we lost 10 pounds, right? If we lost 10 pounds without resistance training, we will lose 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle. So yeah, we will lose 10 pounds, but we would only lose 5 pounds of fat. Now, if we did resistance training, we will lose 10 pounds of fat, plus maybe we build like 2 pounds of muscle, meaning that like we will look like twice or more than twice as better as the guy that didn't do resistance training. And here's another amazing thing about resistance training. Let's say we keep up this habit, we weight train like 2 times per week, and maybe we fucking overeat a bit, right? Here's what's gonna happen if we overeat while resistance training. We're gonna build muscle, we're gonna get stronger. The calories, yeah, some of it will go to fat, fair enough, but the calories will also go to our muscles. How amazing is that? So weight training is a must if you're trying to stay lean. The next factor is gonna be lifestyle. So this is pretty obvious, but most of us live sedentary lives where we sit on a chair like this one for most of our days. And I don't need to show you any studies for you to understand that a gamer that plays video games all day versus a guy that has an active lifestyle where maybe he plays tennis or does sports here and there, maybe he goes hiking on the weekends and whatnot, would like naturally be leaner than the gamer guy, right? So starting a physical activity that you genuinely enjoy doing, that doesn't even feel like exercise, can be of massive help to getting your lipostat to a lower point. For example, for me, I like biking, I enjoy cycling, so that's the thing that I do. I recommend biking, it's pretty cool. Alright, the next one is gonna be another game changer, another weapon of getting your lipostat down, another fat loss weapon, and that is called walking. Walking is an amazing way to regulate your mental health and weight. Walking for 10,000 steps each day will typically burn around 2,000 to 3,500 extra calories each week, which will equate to a pound of body fat burn just from walking alone. Not only that, but walking will help you sleep better, it will enhance digestion, it will lower the risk of disease, it'll help you live longer, and it might even curb your hunger and craving. If you get into the habit of walking 10,000 steps a day, it will lower your lipostat down even more. Alright, the next one we have is impulsivity. Here is the thing, if you're impulsive around food, you probably nibble without noticing. It's like you see food, you don't even think about it, and you just eat it. Now, if we do this all the time, we're gonna put on weight. We know that like snacking and nibbling doesn't satisfy our appetite, and what do we nibble on? We just nibble on like snacks, Oreos and whatnot. This contributes to weight gain. So the less impulsive around food you are, I would even tell you to completely eliminate snacking and eat full meals. Now, you can have ice cream and whatnot with your meals, but just have actual meals rather than snacking. And just focus on being less impulsive around food. If you can do that, you will bring your lipostat down even more. The next one we have is actually emotional eating. A lot of fatties like me, a lot of fatties like us, we got fat usually because we felt lonely, we felt scared in this cruel world and whatnot, and our only comfort came from junk food. We would have like no pleasures in life, no one to comfort us, so we would turn to food as like family, as friends, and that is kind of fucked up. How fucked up is that like, for example, me growing up, my parents, I didn't feel loved, so I just turned to fast food, and that was one of the reasons that I gained weight. And I realized that, and realization of that just helped me just get rid of my addictions and whatnot. When you do work with your past traumas and whatnot and realize that it kind of evolves, it was the reason for your emotional eating, that shit sets you free. Now, I obviously I can't do like a whole video about this right now because like it'll be like 2 hours long. I actually have a video about, I think, how to quit McDonald's on this channel, talks about that. Go check it out. Also, I have a course, Lean for Life, that has a lot of work about this, so check it out. But yeah, when you can defeat your emotional eating habits, that's when your lipostat goes down even more. And then we have eating for satiety. Now, some people eat for taste and some people just eat for fuel. The people that eat for fuel and study like what foods are good, for example, will always have a lower lipostat, because if you just eat for taste, then you just eat the tastiest foods of all time. Now, you know that biologically our bodies and our brains are attracted to foods that are high in calories, high in sugar, fat and whatnot, all fattening ingredients, right? So the more we eat for taste, the higher our lipostat will be, the fatter we will get, because, well, the tasty foods get us fat. It's just how biology works. And when we eat for performance, we will prefer naturally whole foods that don't spike our blood sugar and whatnot, right? When we start eating for performance rather than taste, we bring our lipostat down even more. And the last one is craving control. Let's say you really want to order a burger, man. You're on a diet plan and whatnot. You get the craving and like, fuck me, I really want to get this. You see maybe like some new item on the store shelves. Can you say no at the time? Because the guy, let's say you have two paths, right? The guy that said no, lower lipostat. The guy that said no gets leaner. The guy that said, oh, whatever, I'll just eat it, I'll just order it, that guy will gain weight, right? That guy's lipostat will be naturally higher because, well, he cannot control his cravings. So the more you have your cravings under control, the leaner you will be naturally. And I talk about how to get rid of your cravings in my course, Lean for Life, so check it out if you want. But yeah, that's the video. So the more of these things that you can get right, the like leaner you will be naturally. And trust me on this, if you can just get these behaviors, get these actions, like become the person with a low lipostat, even if you're like 300 pounds right now, in a year, in 2 years from now, you will be a lean person. I guarantee it. You don't even need to get on exercise or diet plan. Now that shit will help, but exercise and diet plans, that's like a short-term fix. We're looking to be lean for our like whole lives. We're not trying to just not be fat for 2 months and then balloon back up, right? So doing work on your lipostat is actually more important than going on a diet plan. So if you're interested in someone helping you out, maybe one-to-one training and whatnot, check my links below. Again, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye bye.